Fáilte go dtí an Cavan TV. An caiicí seo an chéad lá de Máirt go dtí lá le pádraig, sin é Seachtain na Gaeilge. Is fearr leis Gaeilge brisce ná béarla cliste. Agus a studio this evening, Colleen Áine, Orla Daly, Múnseoir, Coláiste Reithe sa Cavan. Fáilte, Orla, fáilte.
Good morning, good Áine.
You're a Múnseoir Óliachta in Loreto College, Cavan.
Yep, so I'm currently teaching science in Loreto, and I have some Irish on the side, but last year I was teaching through Irish in a school, so still trying to keep up, even though I'm teaching through English this year, but yeah.
And for those out there, if they don't know it by now, they should. For the last 2 weeks, we've been celebrating Seachtain na Gaeilge. Great campaign on RTE agus TG Cahar, a great campaign of Irish. Now, so Cavan, you are going to have a lot of events.
Yeah.
You have a POP-UP-GAELTACHT, for instance.
Yeah. So myself and Stefan O'Conachty, we've been working together trying to put a few events together for Seachtain na Gaeilge. And last Sunday morning, he ran a successful Majin Cafe, so coffee morning for the youngsters in Ballyheads Football Club. He had a book, speaking about a book yesterday in the Cavan Crystal. And on Thursday, on Orla Daly, Marta, we're going to host a POP-UP-GAELTACHT.
Yeah. Agus aníthe freisin ceol aníthe sin trad ceol.
Yeah, so tá trad ar siúil aníthe sin, the regular trad night in Blessings in Cavan, Blessings pub, and we decided to join them. Agus our cultúr a Célóra, our culture celebrated, and we will be hosting a POP-UP-GAELTACHT, which is an open invitation for all Irish speakers. Cliste, no brista.
Yeah, as far as Berla brista nach, Gaeilge brista nach Berla cliste.
Yeah.
And you would like to emphasise that to people as well. Come along, just couple of fuckla.
Yeah.
Just couple of fuckla, and you'll get the confidence and couple of fuckla raw.
Yeah, couple of fuckla, couple of pinta. So really it's an open invitation to everybody who has a couple of fuckla, Díogach, Kunasatatu, Aon Rud mar sin, anything to come join us with speakers. If you want to grow your Irish language skills, the best way to do is just dive in. Agus Tomidicus is the best way. So
I've been hearing, we'll talk about Irish as a culture. It's part of our culture, our native language, which we lost brutally through history. We won't go into the history of it, but it's still there. It's still been taught to us. And we were speaking earlier, and you were saying that it's part of our identity, and we should be getting to, and I think we are coming around to wanting to speak the couple of focal as Gaeilge.
Yeah.
We are getting like that, and it's a beautiful language as well. One thing I really find beautiful in Irish are name places, because Bilahan and Ya, it actually describes the place. The words, it describes the place. English words don't do that.
Yeah.
They're like phonic they're like a phonic of the Irish.
Yeah.
So like the most beautiful, if you go into Androchog Nua, Crushandonic, it describes the place. Wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's such a beautiful way how Irish language is so descriptive. But I think it's also quite funny, as you say, that I'm from Poles, Cavan, which is, as Gaeilge is Pully Chunne and Cavan. So Pully is a place full of holes, and Cavan means a hollow. So people say people from Cavan are
very unfortunate.
No, but on the other hand, my name is Orla, and in English it doesn't, the letters Orla don't mean a lot. But in Irish, the original spelling, Offa, the Rflidh, is Golden Princess. And to have the names, Aisling, Dream, Evine, Beautiful Sight, these beautiful really descriptive names. And
I think there's so much part of our culture and we should be using them more and be proud of them as well.
Yeah.
Now to get back to people learning Irish, sometimes us, Sabun school, people thought, oh, I just hate Irish. It was so hard. Like, please tell me it's not like that anymore.
Well, I suppose any language learning is relative and anybody may have, everybody has the different skills at learning languages. But in reality, if you compare it to another language like English, which is the global language or the lingua franca, with those type of languages, you have constant immersion, films,
songs,
yeah,
films, everything.
Yeah, you've a wealth of media there. If you're into something, you can go and surround yourself in the English language. And for a long time, we haven't just had that. People always say, oh, it's the way it's taught. But if you have 30 minutes a day in a school where Irish is not maybe celebrated, then that's going to be very hard to pick up a language fluently.
Plus as well, can I say as well, as I've experience of people when I was at school, they just got a mental block and say, I can't do it, I won't do it, it's too hard, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Such a pity.
Yeah, definitely. I think people don't use that description, oh, it's the way it's taught, about anything else. They don't use it about, it's a sound bite, they don't say it about math, well maybe, but they don't say it about science or art or music. They don't say, oh, it's the way it's taught, that's why I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is that people have maybe lost confidence in their cúpla focal, and it's events like this, POP-UP-GAELTACHT and normalú on Gaeilge, so normalising Irish. And I mean that it's about these events that are outside of the school, cúpla piece of crack, so that you can build your confidence. Yeah,
groups with
enjoyment. Yeah.
I knew a lot of people, mature people, saying, right, going back and going to Gael schools and learning the cúpla focal, going and taking evening classes.
Yeah.
And they really, unsauced, get very happy to it, really like it.
I was teaching our evening class to adults at the end of last year, and I had a woman from Denmark who was fluent Irish. Well, she had moved back to Denmark, hadn't been speaking it.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of adults, all different levels, and ultimately, you deliver the topics, or you enable the language, the words, the keywords, say for the week. But it's really about adults having a chance to speak and a chance to practice and grow their Irish.
And getting confidence confidence of speaking the cúpla focal as well. There are some lovely sayings as Gaeilge, like Níl Tíntáin mar Tíntáin féin always sticks in my mind. For a person, far Gorham, for example. Gorham is blue, but that's not what it's saying. Like, isn't it amazing?
Yeah. I think a lot of language is passed down, obviously orally, and we use, like, even in English, when we say, I'm just after doing that comes from Irish. We don't say that, other English speakers don't say, I'm just after going for a cup of tea, or I'm just after doing something.
This comes from the gospel.
Yeah, because Tom
an example, Ella, August, tá an ocrasorum. The hunger is on me. Like, you don't hear older people saying an ocrasorum. There's another saying I love as well, and actually it's come out of me a long time. I was at a funeral one night, and somebody said, oh, like it was the end. I said, oh, Dovla Daly.
Yeah.
It's a great explanation. It's a great saying for saying it was. There's so many people there, Dovla Daly, it sounded better than it was full of people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I love, I'm on my own Irish journey. I'm a fluent speaker, but I'm definitely...
Agus mar sin, I'd like to say as well, cúpla, you sing as Gaeilge as well.
Yeah.
Aran a scale, if you don't mind. Yes, very
good. There might be 2,000 Thursday night as well.
That's brilliant. Yeah, keep our culture going.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like we're becoming, we're multicultural. We don't have to go far to find other cultures now. And they are very good at holding on to their culture. And why shouldn't we be good at holding on to ours?
Exactly.
And it's great to see young teachers with the gra that you have coming out and making it so interesting. And like saying to people like me who would not have the full confidence of speaking as Gaeilge, saying, is far less Gaeilge briskin ná an bearla clista.
Yeah,
so just, even if you come out with the odd word, keep doing it.
And
you'll gain confidence, you'll get better.
There's a great example, like obviously, as I was saying about the media earlier on, you know, we had an Irish language film nominated for an Oscar. That is, who could have...
And Colin Coon.
And then, and the BAFTA Awards, you know, Paul Mescal was speaking Irish on the red carpet, and he was not afraid to...
He went to one school as Gaeilge.
Yeah, and he wasn't afraid to say, oh, my Irish is... I don't know that bit of Irish, and I do know this.
Just couple of fucking
normally, and I know a lot of people, you can have bilingual conversations up to any standard, but I think, as I was saying, with my journey, I'm discovering more of what the language, it really connects you to your place, your home, and your sense. So it's everybody's journey has to start somewhere, and it was only whenever I went away and I had the aspa Gaeilge, I had the lack of Irish in my life, that I realised how much I wanted and needed to keep it in my life. And so I'm glad that I have and other people as well. Stefan O'Connachty, Grania Fib, he does a lot of great work.
Agus Grania Fib, Gurmila Mahagat Grania, Muncher Gohalin, Muncher Intok as Gaeilge, Agus Gurmila Mahagat, great.
Yeah, so it's
only 4 people like that, making it so good.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Now, you were talking about the Imachtaí. Anything else that's going on that people out there might like to go along to, Orla?
So, as far as events, there's Imachtaí. There's next month in Me Abron in April. There's a Gaeilge event coming up. So, Gaeilge is an Irish speaker, but Gaira is laugh. So
it's like a comedy club.
Yeah, it's a comedy night. Yeah. We were hoping to get a comic down for this night, but with the weekend that's in it, they're all booked up. But so we've decided to invite down some Irish Gaeilge comics next month. So
throw out a couple of Anam there.
Hugh Carr is a big one from
Des Bishop.
No, well, you mentioned one. There's Shin, but yeah, Des Bishop I think was interesting because he definitely kicked off. There was a time, maybe 15 years ago, when there was a surge in Irish, and I think Des Bishop was at the cusp of that wave, and we see it now how that has flourished. Nero. Yeah, and it just goes to show you, it's about surrounding yourself. You know, I made conscious decisions to surround myself with the language, and the more you can do that, but that also takes the language to be there around you to be able to do that as well. So we don't all have the luxury to go and live in Connemara for a year, but these events like this on Thursday are the start of that.
And as you were saying there, Orla, Anamnacha Gaeilge, like beautiful Irish names, so descriptive, and we should be sticking, and we should be proud to be called these names. And I knew that in America and Sathnig and England and everything, people have got difficulty with some names. Like, I was in a comedy club one night, and the comedian said, and she says, and what's this with Irish names like Dervla, Onion, like anybody here called Onion? I was going like, no. But like, what about it? Like, you know,
it's a different language, you know, you don't say that about other people.
Or, you know names like they can't say Creeva.
Yeah.
Or Donal, like they go, you know, like the variations of that. That's hilarious, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, and I suppose like even within the Irish language, there's such a difference in the different dialects that Irish speakers will find a lot of humour in that somebody's name is completely different if you're in Cork or if you're in Donegal, you know. So that's another kind of, I suppose, humorous thing about the language.
Okay, Grania, the camera is yours there, and you are going to chuck out there to people who say, gosh, yeah, I'm really interested in Irish and I'd love to do it. You know, you tell the folk there what.
Circular Germai got on you. So Fáilte Raibh Chach on Sheila Dig Demi Martha, Talk Blessings, A thugta clog sa níthe agus tásúla gom go feicimiid sibh an gur míle maigad. So everybody on Thursday, the 16th of March, the night before Paddy's Day, a run into the weekend, trad, ceol, bia.
Agus crack.
Crack. Yeah, so everybody welcome.
Yeah. Gur míle maigad Orla. And as you say, Lála Pádraig, and I'd like to say as well that Lála Pádraig, Cavan TV goes live stream fud and down agus céad míle fáilte de gach duine fud and down on lá sin Lála Pádraig at, how do you say, 12:30 in the day, láthar tar éis
a dóigh
clog on the dot, live stream fud and down. Gur míle maigad Orla. Agus great stuff that you're doing for on our Irish language. It's a very proud thing, a great thing you're doing. Thank you very much. And thank you for Gaeilge Cavan TV.
Thank you.